Jerome Powell is about to send crypto in November. We're going to break that down today. We are just 35 days away from a historical presidential election and a parabolic move in your assets. So we're going to break down how Jerome Powell may be doing 2 interest rate drops. We're going to talk again about money supply and the things that you really should be paying attention to. On the back end of every video, I share with you exactly what I'm doing from my paradigm. How I went from completely broke on my parents' couch in 2020, discovering an asset called cryptocurrency, and doing everything I can to rewire the foundation, end up in a different situation. And now my life is completely different because of this asset class. But not just because of this asset class, but because I learned to diversify and do the opposite of the 99%. As everybody's running from crypto, I've been accumulating. And as everybody's running in to get rich quick, I'm diversifying and selling. So we're going to break that down on the back end of the video. All right, so let's dive right into this. So ABS put out from Good Morning Crypto on September 30th, 2024. Just in, Fed Jerome Powell states that there could be 2 additional rate cuts in 2024, totaling 50 basis points. Emergency rate cuts coming soon. This was confirmed by Fed Ralph Bostic, signals openness to a 50 BPS basis point rate cut in November. And I want to go a little bit further on this. And it says Fed's Bostic open to another large rate cut if job markets weaken. Guys, there's no way that the job markets are not going to weaken. Okay. Now, this is really important too as well. Remember, money supply, interest rates, but you listen to me, please. You have to pay attention to what's happening with the economy. You have to pull yourself to a 30. This is much bigger than cryptocurrency, guys. America is in such a dangerous position. More debt than we have income. I'm going to repeat the same things. More debt than we have income. Okay. We printed more money than in history from 2020 to 2022. They slammed the brakes on, causing inflation. Okay. That caused inflation. They slammed the brakes on trying to bring inflation down. The job markets are about to get rocked. The middle class is getting wiped out. Leverage source technology moving down to the working poor, and the wealth gap is going to become massive. So your number one thing you should be doing is studying how money actually works. Okay. Learning how to take sovereignty of your wealth and understanding deflationary assets. Okay. That is going to be the biggest thing over the next 24 months. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. We always say Bitcoin because it's the driver of it, right? Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency ecosystem. They're looking at Bitcoin kind of as a commodity, right? You got silver, you got gold. People are going into real estate, which is higher up on the risk pyramid, but that's where people are flooding to because of stuff like this. Okay, this is very bullish. Global liquidity has reached all-time highs. Q4 starts tomorrow, which is today. Central banks' upcoming multi-trillion-dollar injection will drive global liquidity up tremendously. Much of this liquidity will likely flow into crypto, potentially fueling a bullish cycle for Bitcoin and digital assets through 2025. Okay, so here's some examples of what global liquidity does. Bitcoin moves in direction of global liquidity 83% of the time. Now, what does that mean? They're pumping money into the system, right? So that devalues the currency. So big money moves into deflationary assets, silver, gold, Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin's correlation with global liquidity is high, but not immune to short-term deviations, of course, caused by idiosyncrasies. That was a big word for my dyslexia. Events or internal market. I'm proud of myself. Good job. And let me say that again. I can't say it. Events or internal market dynamics, especially during periods of extreme valuation. Combining global liquidity conditions with Bitcoin on-chain valuation metrics provides more nuances understanding Bitcoin cycles. So basically, Bitcoin flows with global liquidity, obviously, because when we start printing more money with lower interest rates, okay, if they lower the interest rates 50 more basis points, guys, that's going to make assets go through the roof, okay? Now, when's the next Fed meeting? The FOMC 8th regular scheduled meeting is November 6th and 7th. Holy shit, we're going to wake up November 4th, November 5th like this. What happened? And then the FOMC is going to have their meeting the 6th and 7th. Bitcoin is probably going to go straight up. Save this video. Remember it, guys. Okay. So here's exactly what I do. And again, I want to say something really quick. I got a bunch of messages. I was traveling this weekend. Even if I'm with my family, come say hi, guys. I was traveling over in California this weekend. I got a bunch of messages on social. Hey, we saw you. Come over and say hi. I absolutely would love to meet you. I'd love to shake your hand, give you a big old hug, and say thank you. That this is all about community, guys. All about friends, love, and light. And so, if you see me, come say hi. Even if I'm with my family at dinner, you're not disrupting us. We'd love to meet you. I just wanted to state that because I got a lot of messages of people that said that they wanted to come over and say hi. Please do. Please do. I love you so, so much. But here's what I'm doing. So I keep it very simple, guys. Okay. The risk pyramid. I don't make this too complicated. Okay. From 2020, I was figuring all this shit out. Okay. They shut down my business. I couldn't earn income. So I had to move back in with my parents, but I held my crypto. And I was like, wait a minute. I will never, ever put myself in a position where somebody can take away my ability to take care of my family ever again. So I learned how money moved through the system. I started studying deeply cash flow quadrant, richest man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich. I've been studying for a long time. Started to study how liquidity moves through the system. Why does the 1% always stay the 1%? Okay. Because they follow these cycles. Billionaires use astrology, millionaires use charts. Okay. If you want to be billionaire, multimillionaire, you got to understand waves of energy. Okay. We're going into a massive wave of energy. Super simple. They're going to bring interest rates down to try to cool inflation. Okay. The job markets are going to start to falter. So they're going to bring them down even more. And then all of a sudden, even with the Bitcoin halving the 6 months after, you're going to see crypto go straight up. Okay. So what I do is I sell 50% of my crypto as everybody's coming in to get rich quick. Because when it gets hypey, everybody comes in at the top when they should be coming in at the bear market. And I start to pull and I bring it down the risk pyramid. I use insurance. I love insurance. I use Index Universal Life. Some people use whole life. I insure my car. I insure my house. I insure everything. But most people don't insure their wealth. I insure my money. I lock it up into insurance. Okay. Some of my profits into insurance so I can compound every 7 years at 10%. I can borrow against my cash value tax free if it's properly set up, right? And then also the key in this, I'm getting market like returns and it guarantees my principal. My money's insured, right? So I'm pulling house money, locking it up, right? Then from there, I'm going to buy more precious metals. We're getting into real estate, and then I'm expanding my businesses and going deeper into information technology, attention, and education. Okay. So I can't wait for the bear market 2026. The bull markets it's too stressful for me, man. It's like, it's all this hype and bullshit. And it's like, that's when wealthy people are pulling their money out. Okay. Everybody comes in, then they come collapsing down in 2026. So the bull market is the time to pull, diversify. Now, Bitcoin, I'm holding forever. And I've explained that in other videos in my education part. Okay. I'm selling 50% of all my other coins. I'll pay long-term capital gains. I'll bring it down the risk pyramid and continue this cycle. Then 2026 to 2029, I'm going to be accumulating as much as I can because I think that's the big run before everything switches in 2030. So from 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, accumulate as everybody's running from it. And then 2029 to 2030, boom, there we go into the generational wealth building cycle. On top of that, I have a Rockefeller waterfall system set up so that it'll go for 1,000 years from generation to generation. You are the generational shifter. It's time to take action. So pay attention to November. We got the election coming up in 35 days. We got Jerome Powell meeting on the 6th and 7th. And just get ready. I mean, it'll probably start to go up in October, but you should see a parabolic move. But don't get caught in the hype. Have a plan. Have a game plan outside of crypto. Be around wise counsel. And remember, there is no get rich quick. I love you guys. If you need support at all, we get hundreds of messages. So we created a free resource about how I insure my money. But it's truly about you. What do you need? What is your plan? Where are you currently at? And we can help you with retirement strategies. So if you click the link down below, fill out the needs assessment, or click my social media button, my platform bio, click the link, fill out the needs assessment, fill it out as detailed as possible. My team will call you, text you, and email you. It's a free consultation. You will never send them money. It's absolutely free. Okay, they'll walk you through a needs assessment to find out what your needs are. Not just because I insure my wealth doesn't mean you need to. It's really what's your retirement goals, what's your retirement strategy. They'll help you out with that. Okay. Then on top of that as well, if you same area, you'll see Coach JV's Academy. So if you want to be around like-minded individuals, you want a bunch of education and you want a bunch of live calls and some support so you don't feel lost in this whole abyss that we have. I'd love to have you part of our Warrior Academy. We've helped over 8,500 people since 2020. We will close out by 9,000 people. And we just love helping humanity. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.